Okay then. Think we're on. Are we on? Yeah, looks like we are. And what? Oh, hey, that looks good. Okay. Hey there, everyone. Pit5789 here, and I am back today with a little bit more GregTech. Yeah. So I know I'm doing a lot of this. Hey, look, I have to make up for lost time. Okay, as there's been a lot of lost time. Okay, so first things first, before anything else, let's get this finished, right? This needs to be finished sooner rather than later. Once this is finished, we'll figure out what else we're going to do today. Okay, and whoop, there's that. Boom, boom, boom. All right, just like, another stack or so to go. Yay. Okay, so let's see. These should be those. Ba-da-ba-da-ba. There we go. Take those. And let's go see if the Macerator has any more for us. There we go. Okay. So, yeah, there's still a lot to do. And I don't know about y'all, but it's also feeling like this place is starting to get a little bit cramped. Like, is it just me? Or does it feel like just kind of disorganized chaos currently? I love the pipes around. Definitely want to keep those, but I don't know. I feel like we can do better than this sort of jumbled up mess that we currently have. So I am actually considering just basically rebuilding. That's might be a bit of an issue. I'm not sure. We'll see, I guess. But yeah, I am. What I'm considering doing is going ahead. This building will probably stay up. It's everything in sort of the courtyard-ish area, I guess. I want to put the greenhouse, the boiler, and the ovens all together, and the pyrolysis oven all together, and just have that as sort of a power section with excess steam, of course, going to our resident multi-blocks. The other things, basically, that's all going to become just, it's going to be a self-powering sort of section, right? Something I should never have to touch, and it will output wood tar. The wood tar, of course, we will send through the distillery in order to make it, uh, well, what is it? Benzene. Sorry, it's been a bit of a day. But yeah, so we make benzene out of the wood tar that comes out of it, and that gas now powers the rest of my base. That's kind of what it is already. It's just a matter of how scattered everything is. I feel like all of those can kind of get grouped together. We could also probably put the ore processing together and just sort of cleaning up, right? I just feel like everything here needs to be cleaned up. And I don't think it was that long ago that, here, give me a second. I really don't think that it was that long ago that we did the full remodel, right? Uh, let's see. When did I do that remodel? Was it there? No way it was that long ago. Let's see. What was that? This was. Oh yeah, no, that wasn't it. So we had it there. Okay, okay. So yeah, it's been. What, this is episode 48? It's been around 15, 16 episodes since our remodel. It really ought to last longer than that. I just can't seem to figure out how we're going to expand. All right, we're gonna leave it as is for now. The excess pipes we'll always be using, so that's not really an issue. And we're just gonna deal with the chaos for now. Eventually, though, this is absolutely going to be just sort of torn down, rebuilt up. For now, though, we'll be okay. I hope. So, let's see. Slowly but surely. Very slowly but surely. Right, while that's going, I also wanted to check out multi-blocks. Have we unlocked anything else? Pyrolyse, Coven, fluid drilling rig, and that's about it. The pyrolyse oven is the equivalent of a coke oven. Okay, copper nickel coils. That's all fine. Multi-block tanks, the EDF, of course. Hmm. Are there any other multi-blocks even here? Let's see. Circuits, not gonna be it. I'm gonna guess no. Moore's Law, well, that's not gonna be it. That's going smaller. Jetpack, stainless steel. Obviously, there's the fluid drilling rig. Advanced extruder, large cells, mixer, alloy, advanced cutting machine, laser engraver. Yeah, I don't think there's another multi-block in this age. Huh, interesting. So that means we won't be getting any more like multi-block upgrades anyway until at least HV, right? Uh, oh yeah, if that's what I think it is, that's definitely a multi-block. Ultimate Smelter, definitely a multi-block. Clean Room, definitely a multi-block. Okay, so HV's where multi-blocks start to kick off. You know what? Fair enough. Fair enough. So that let's see. I'm definitely going to be trying to make at least LV versions of these at some points because the Steam ones are good, but I have to admit they're slow. They are so slow. Yeah, because this is currently kind of the hold up. Like here, let's go ahead, throw down those, and we'll go from there, right? I don't think we have any other wooden planks. I'm pretty sure that was all that we had, right? Yeah. Any other way that we can make a wooden plank? Uh, nope. That's a definite no. Um, oh, is there any other way that we could? Nah, we already have the wood pulp, so meh. I guess we can always go and make some more greenhouses and the boilers and everything, is that's still something that I'd like to do at some point. But for now, I think we're gonna be okay. All right. So let's see. So that'll give us 21. Let's go ahead and I guess get these put on. Like, we might as well. Okay. Like, not in hover mode. Okay. Careful now. Oh, there we are. Treated wood pipes. Necessary? Not particularly, but meh. Okay. Oh no, these are too high. No. Yeah, because that's just there. Oops. Let's lower it slightly, shall we? It'll also extend us by one. So, hey, every little bit, right? Oh, this feels like such a waste of oil. Actually, no. You know what? No, this is too much of a waste of oil. Look, okay, careful now. We will deal with it. So, let's see. All right. Oh no. No, no, no. Where did you even come from? Oh, that was so close to being bad. Oh. Okay, priority number one. Let's get this finished. Uh, at least get something here to block off any undue intruders. Yikes. Take that. Thank you. Okay, and come on. There. All right. In the meantime, while we're waiting on the oil, I suppose we can go ahead and maybe start making a new gas turbine because I definitely want one here. Gonna be a little bit expensive. It's going to take the majority of the rest of the electronics we had left, the circuits, but ah, such is the price. And we're gonna have to make it regardless at some point, so yeah, gas turbine it is. That's gonna be 2 MV motors, copper cable, those, and the bronze. All right. So we actually can use polyethylene here, and that will immediately reduce how much this is going to take, right? So let's start putting this polyethylene to good use. Specifically, I want to go ahead and get this thing all running again for aluminum and for oxygen, because those are the two things we critically need at this juncture. In the meantime, though, let's go ahead and put up some of these things. Yeah, like we don't need times two tin cables. Okay. So, bronze rotors. Let's go ahead and get those. Get that. 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 Probably should get some more copper going. And sooner rather than later. That will do for now, however. Let's see. Looking good here. All right, we needed more silver, don't we? Silver. Yeah, we have one silver dust there. Ooh. And that looks to be it. Huh. All right, silver, silver, silver. What do we get silver from? Here we are, or byproducts. Um, so we get it from gold, lead, silver, galena, tungstate, granite, and chalcocite. Tungstate. Galena would definitely be the best here. Um, that was not giving us a ton. Silver obviously gives us a good bit. Um, yeah, I mean, it's something at least. No silver? Oh, wait. Never mind. We're fine. We're fine. Let's get you going. That's okay for now. Okay. So once the silver gets done, we can make the circuit boards. I think we have diodes left over, and copper wires are a non-issue. So, let's see, turbine. All right, so we have that. We're gonna need the 8 aluminum for this. So let's go ahead and get these, right? So that's 2 aluminum, 1 steel, the copper nickel, and we already have those. Okay, the copper nickel. It's always the copper nickel. How much do we have? The answer is we don't. All right, good to know. Um, so I'm pretty sure we had nickel somewhere. Nickel, yeah. So we have nickel. Definitely need some more copper. So let's go grab some. Thank you. Let's just, yeah, we'll do the cal copyright ore. We have a bit of it. Oh, I love that miner so much. I really probably should have it mining more than, or more often, and not just having it sort of stop like it is currently. But yeah, we're fine for now. Like, we're not hurting for resources, especially with everything is already picked up. And given I want to spend at least a bit of time in MV actually setting us all up for HV, that's definitely something to consider, as circuits aren't going to get much cheaper than what we're already dealing with. Not much cheaper, anyway. So I don't see much of a point in trying to rush into HV, right? Like MV, obviously getting MV circuits got us the circuit assembler, and this thing is phenomenal, right? And I mean, even the polyethylene helps us a good bit, but there's not really anything else beyond that, right? Like, I mean, maybe silicon, but that's still technically MV, so at least according to this, right? Silicon, silicon, cone, silicon, silicone, silicon. I've heard so many things. Whatever you call it, it's here in MV. So, right. Let's go ahead and I guess get, not that, this. Go in. Oh, polyethylene is there. That might be a problem. Hey, that's what a steel drum is for. No, 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 no. Why did I do that? Let's melt him again. That was ever so slightly embarrassing. Shall we try this again? Actually, I'm gonna leave that in there for now. Actually, no, I'm gonna leave this because I do want to continue to do the polyethylene if it comes up. All right, here's that. Continue on with this. Actually, the rest of what's in there I think will be enough, so I'm just going to leave all of these in here for now. We're gonna use them, don't worry. So, right, copper nickel. A silver crushed cal copyright. That's gonna take a bit. So, let's see. Turbine. So, let's see, we need this, obviously. So that's gonna be little bit of polyethylene, MV machine casing, and that, I say let's go for it. I mean, we're not going to be using this for much else at the moment, so sure, why not? Oh, mm, excuse me. Uh, there's the aluminum. Take that. Bump us on up to 8. All right, MV machine casing. And now, oh, wait. I didn't think about that. Assembler. Oh no, this is LV. Okay, we're good. We're good. Polyethylene. Let's go get some. Probably worthwhile to just have a drum of the polyethylene around, at least for now. And I definitely need to expand my storage at some point or another. Really, I need to do it in steel, but it is what it is for now, I suppose. That's polyethylene, that, and then 2 copper cables. Oh yeah, that feels cheaper. Whether or not it is, obviously debatable, but it really feels cheaper, so I'm certainly not going to complain. How's our rubber? Rubber, we're okay with for the moment. Hmm. All right. And then there's the next set of those. So what's left? I mean, we're waiting on things for this. Have all that, have that, have that. Yeah, we're just kind of waiting on the copper at this point for the copper nickel. There's the nickel. We need 8 copper. I don't think I just happen to have 8 copper dust laying around, but you know what? We can give it a check. Kind of what I figured. And there's not really enough copper here to do anything either. So we just have to wait. That's the other thing is I really need my ore processing to just kind of continually be going. So I'm not just making it on the fly like this. Hey, there's plenty of silver. And we also have some iron in there. So we can go ahead and make the circuit boards, I suppose. 1, 2, 3, 4. For 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Oh wait, actually, good circuit boards. We might not need all that. Chemical reactor, sodium persulfate, iron 3. Okay, never mind. We need sodium persulfate or iron 3 chloride for that. And that's not something I can just do at the moment. Chloride requires hydrochloric acid, which needs things we do not currently have. Centrifuge, hydrogen, chlorine, sulfuric acid. We might can get that. Huh, that's going to be a process for later. Okay, there. So these in there as well. And we don't really need a tiny pile of rare earths on us. Okay. I probably should have went on ahead and grabbed the boards in hindsight. All right. There's some good circuit boards. And I think we have diodes already, don't we? Diode, or did I use them all? No, I did use them all, but we have some more gallium arsenide somewhere. All right. There's the small piles. Oh wait, that should be enough, right? The small pile through the assembler. Oh yes, we can actually make the good recipes now of diodes. Yes, finally. So a little bit of fine annealed copper wire, which I think we're out of. Go figure. All right, but this will actually give us enough diodes to actually do something. Wow. All right. Let's go ahead and get that. We can take that out. Put in that. Then we have you. I'm almost thinking like another assembly machine would just be worthwhile to have around, if for no other reason than to have like one dedicated to rubber, one dedicated to glue, and one dedicated now to polyethylene, right? I don't know. There's a lot of sort of width that we need to get done before moving on, and really before we continue down even with a lot of this. Advanced assembling machine is going to happen. That's not much of a that's yeah, that's gonna happen. Advanced mixer, probably not, as we don't really need to get into steel alloys and all of that yet. This is only because I feel like we need one of these as is. Fluid drilling rig is probably gonna happen, just because I really want it to happen. Um, the advanced extruder is something that might come up actually. That could be something we do. I don't think we're going to go into silicon though, right? Because we need advanced cutting machine, which requires steel alloys, and I just don't see that happening at the moment. Uh, Jetpack would be cool. We'll see, but yeah. So there's that. That's oh, need to grab the copper. So we need that's far too much copper, but you know what? Better to have a little bit more than a little bit less, I suppose. Yeah, so that. Um, okay. So that gives us the circuits. What's left? What is left? We need the motors. That's the kicker. Uh, Copper should be at least very close to done at this point. So yeah, that's what we're gonna bank on. All right, we're gonna need 2 EU. Oh, and a piece of steel. Steel. We're out of steel. Right, right, right. It's over in the EBF. Yeah, how about we actually get some more steel going? I think that's why I made all that iron, if I remember correctly. So let's do that. Okay, and it's not going to be a ton more steel, but it's something. Uh, oh, copper. Should have checked that. Yes, that is enough. So we can throw that into here. And all of that copper nickel is basically just going to be turned into wires. Like, I'm not even going to bother waiting. It's all turning into wires. All right, the lathe. Let's see, those two. And this. Okay. Oh, we do need a couple more copper cables. Do we have any? I didn't think so. You know what? Let's go ahead and just get all of these rubberized. All right. Take that. Here. Mm, here. No clue what I'm gonna do with this rubber afterward, but we'll figure out something. And there's the copper cables. Thank you. And there's the copper nickel. So let me think. I always forget. We need 8 per, which means 4, which means 8 total. Okay. So that's enough for the first motor. And I probably should drop that off somewhere that's not there. All right. And 2 more MV motors coming up. There, there, and there. All right, and I think that's everything besides the 1 extra copper cable that we need. There, 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 and I didn't take out the circuits. Let's try this again. There, 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 and there. Okay, advanced gas turbine. Uh, right. Need to connect you to here. Wrong direction. As usual. Okay, so that will be able to power up this thing. Now we just need the aluminum pipes to actually work the thing. All right, so that definitely had an influx of benzene, but seems like we're doing okay, actually. All right, we'll remove that. Okay, we are still at a net positive of benzene, despite everything that's running. That is what I like to see. What I don't like to see is how absolutely chaotic all of this is. Yeah, we will be sorting this at some point or another in the near future. All right. So with that, let's go ahead and what to do? Uh, I'm not sure. All right, what should we do next? With the gas turbine, we are gonna kind of be waiting. Oh, wow, that was fast. Never mind, we will not be waiting on the aluminum. Hopefully, this will be enough to get the aluminum pipes necessary for um to connect the oxygen output of that to the polyethylene up there. That's the hope anyway. Speaking of, actually, let's get this done. Still going. All right, there. There. Where is you? Where is you? Where are you? Words. All right, and once these are done, hopefully this will be enough. We'll have a couple of extra, but that's fine. And once that line is complete, we should be able to just have constant oil, right? Yeah, because we're out right now. Yeah, we are really out right now. We do still have power over here, right? Let's see. We do technically probably need to give you some more fuel. All right, we are so close to having this done, though. That's going to be really nice to not have to worry about uh, just manually moving the oil anymore. Don't know how long the source is going to last, but as long as it lasts for a little while, I think it'll be worth it. Let's see. Do that, and I guess just grab some charcoal out of here. Oh, nope, not that. Next one over. All right. Oop. So, uh, we're close enough. It's only two more sets. We'll just wait it out. And yeah, hopefully this works. Like, really, hopefully this works. I've put far too much time into this as it is. Yeah, this should be enough. I hope. Oh, right here. Okay. Oop. And it was not enough. It was not even close. No. Well, that was slightly embarrassing. Um, okay then. Let's just go ahead and get that going. Can we fill this with water, I suppose? Shouldn't take too terribly long. That is one thing, is I am gonna have to remember to constantly fill this thing up with water, but yeah, we'll be good. We will be good for quite a while, I do think. All right, we'll do that. And yeah, it's a good thing that I made far more of the wood pulp than I thought I was going to need, because it turns out I do need it. Go figure. All right, so there's that. Right, I'll clear that out in a moment. Probably gonna actually figure out how to automate or automatically remove all of this. Probably worthwhile. But priority number one is going to be getting oxygen hooked up to the polyethylene line. Let's see, so this will be 6. That's not even going to be close to enough, but it'll at least give us kind of an idea. So we can probably come out of the back, I guess, right? Yeah, so I'm thinking we can. Maybe come out of the back, just go straight up. Then we can. How do we want to bring this over? Uh, I'm thinking probably just a pipe on the roof, really. Right? We'll bring this up, bring it all the way up, and then just bring it over and down. Yeah, that'll be fine for now. So how many is that gonna be though? That's one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Probably nine to get up. Then another one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10, 11, 12, 13. Another 13 or so? Wait, what is that? Oh, wait. Oh, I was already gonna bring it through here? What was I thinking? Yeah, no, there's no way. This pipe is gonna be in the way. What was I thinking? Okay, yeah, we're not doing that. There we go. And I guess this will become pipe numero uno. Make sure this is facing the right way. And we should only be getting oxygen out of this, so we shouldn't have to worry about filtering anything else. Right, clay dust, get rid of blight, grabbing aluminum. Okay, aluminium. Need that. Arc furnace? No, blast furnace. Aluminum dust. Out of, sorry, out of, was it this? Yeah, didn't think so. Electrolyzer. No. What is this thing? Oh, fluid voiding cover. Yeah, let's not void that anymore. We want to keep all of our oxygen. Thank you. Okay. So, advanced electrolyzer. We are getting dust through, is that it? Yeah. Electrolyzer. Should be getting it through clay dust. Yeah, this is it. Wait, if we're getting that through clay dust, then why do we have mirabilite here? What even is this? What's it coming from? Mirabilites. Oh, it's a byproduct of the diorite. Okay. So, what is it used for? To be electrolyzed into water? Oxygen? Ah, I was avoiding the water. No, that makes sense. Uh, Sodium and sulfur. Yeah, we don't need either of these. We really don't need either of those. Only thing here is going to be the oxygen, the clay dust through the electrolyzer. Oh, also gives water. Okay, yeah. You know what? Fair enough. Fair enough. You know what? I was wrong to remove you. I apologize. Let's go ahead and void fluids as cover. So let's remove water. Filter, fill. Oh, here we go. This is what I needed. There we go. I thought those two were combined somehow. So we'll do that, do that. Enabled that. will be voided. Disabled, allow filtered, only as specified. Yes, enable water as whitelist. That should be it. Okay. Still have no clue what I'm gonna do with all this sodium. Hmm. For now, let's just empty it and figure that out later. All right. So we do have a good bit of silicone. So that's something. Don't really need wood pulp. Uh, don't really have room in here for it though. Wood pulp can go there. How are we doing? It's a little bit more, I guess. Let me think. How many more did we need? Probably another 15, 20. Yeah. So that's still gonna be a little while. That said, production is looking good. Love to see the lithium. All right, water is getting voided as expected. Sodium. Am I sure that there's nothing I can do with this? Sodium sulfide. Salt. That. All right, if I could do something maybe. All right, salts might actually be somewhat helpful. Debatably. It's more helpful than sodium. But how do I get chlorine? Acid, lithium chlorine, monochlorine. No. Salts. No. Rock salts. No. Magnesium. Platinum, calcium chloride, chloroform, iron 3 chloride, sodalite dust. Sodalite dust and apatite dust are really the only things I see here that actually might have a chance, other than salt water, which gives us sodium hydroxide. And we don't need the sodium. Hmm. Okay. So, yeah, we're gonna have to figure out something for that. I don't know what, but something. All right. How are we doing? Still good on... Yes, we're still good on benzene. How are we doing on wood tar, though? That's the question. And we are doing beautifully on wood tar currently. Charcoal is still looking good. Ba, ba, ba. Then, okay. Okay, yeah, I have to do something with the output of this. This is going to be kind of ridiculous otherwise. More than enough aluminum, thankfully. Never gonna run out of that. Not that I'm complaining. With high amounts of aluminum, that's definitely gonna be our go-to in terms of what we use. Hmm. All right. Let's go ahead and get these put all in. Aluminum fluid. These, oh wow, are EV with a loss of 2 EU volts per. Okay. So this is just going to be, oh wait, tiny. You know what? might actually be worthwhile. I mean, yeah, you know what? Let's make some tiny ones. After all, that's kind of really all we need. So that's going to be hammer, wrench, and saw. There, 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 and there. Nope, I have these backwards. Okay, let's bring these on up. Ow. So I'm thinking probably bring this just around here. Let's go ahead and bring you up, I think. Ooh, it's gonna be in the way of the lever. That's not fantastic, but I can live with it. So here we are. I think we're gonna be ever so slightly short. Oh, nope. We're actually a little over. Okay. Hey, I'm not gonna complain. And that should be an oxygen line. Let's go turn it on. All right. Fluid output, enable. And there she goes. Now, hopefully, that doesn't try to put water into the line. If it does, we're going to have to put up a filter. But as far as I'm concerned, this seems to be doing okay. All right. So, more polyethylene, done. And with all of this, we let's see, that's going to be an extra draw 4. 17 might actually be enough to cover the distance. It's going to be close, but I think it might be enough. To be fair, just using the aluminum pipes would probably be better at this point, but meh. Okay, so I know what I can use the sodium for. Oh, but I'm gonna need a bunch of battery alloy. Been a while. Battery alloy. How do we make it? We need antimony and lead. Ooh, okay. If we have enough antimony and lead, then I can go ahead and maybe make some of these. 9, so that's going to be 2 sets and the polyethylene inside of that. Okay, I can do that. And then that gives us large sodium batteries, right? We can make a giant battery bank, all right? Uh, the only thing I'm concerned about, of course, is going to be the actual battery voltage. As I'm pretty sure you can't put an MV battery inside of an LV battery bank. Gold wire is fine. This requires polyethylene, which is easy enough, but the stainless steel, that's what's going to kill me here. Um, so we have all of that. This is manganese. Yeah, manganese, Invar, iron, chrome. Do we have Invar and chrome? If we have enough for even one of those, that could totally be worthwhile. But I don't think we do. Invar, Invar, Invar. Nah. Chrome. Oh, we do have 2 chrome dust. Okay. So all we would need is the Invar, which is going to be nickel and iron. Oh, well, that's easy. Okay. So we could actually go into stainless steel. A bit early, really, as the quest for it isn't until like way over here. Yeah, stainless steel, HV, chrome requires. Oh, smelting it requires that. Okay, hold up, hold up. All right. Let's look back at the batteries. High voltage battery buffer. We're gonna need this, which requires this, which requires this, which is here. Ah, we need 480 EUA. Yeah, that's a no-go. Okay, it does work on copper nickel though, at least. Eesh. Well, rip. All right. See, let's go ahead, get these extra four. That should ensure that we have enough to finish the line. And then we will go finish that line. So I do think a battery buffers here would be useful. So batteries are also going to be used for various electrical tools, but overall, oh wait, no, sorry, not medium cadmium. I want medium sodium. Needed for MV tools, I suppose. Portable scanner, electric prospector scanner, power unit, high voltage magnet. Yeah, nothing. All right. Well, let's go get this done. Oh, wait, 21 was seriously excessive. Oops. So here we go. Never mind, that was not excessive at all. Anything, it only barely fits. Woo! And there we go. All right, are we getting any kind of oil? Not seeing anything. We do have oil going into there. Hmm. Oh, hold up. I need to make sure. Yes, okay, we are. We are. Yes. All right. And so now that should be, well, oil going on up to here, to distillery, right? Yes, and we are good. Okay, so with the bottom producing oxygen, wait, okay, so we have infinite raw oil, effectively infinite raw oil here. The hydrogen recycles itself. Sulfuric light fuel comes from that. Electrolyzer just does the recycling. Chemical reactor, we need steam. We're fine there, unlimited amounts of it. And the light fuel to get steam cracks, which is then distilled, which we do have to remove carbon dust from. Noted. Um, After that though, I think we're good. So I do need to occasionally or figure out I need to either occasionally remove this or figure out a way to remove it. Right. So that makes two things. Now, luckily, carbon dust is a lot more helpful than its alternative in sodium. So we can Let's see. Okay, so use that for that. We could mix it into asphalt, graphene, tungsten carbide, and gunpowder. Fun. Let's see. Resistors and SMD resistors. Polyethylene, fine electrum. Oh, we can actually make this. Ooh, SMD resistors? We don't have integrated circuits though. Not yet. Anyway. Alright. Here we can create some raw carbon fibers inside of an autoclave now. What is that for? Fiber mesh? Nano CPU wafer. Ooh. Molten glowstone. Okay. Um, Carbon fiber mesh is used for carbon fiber plate, which is needed for nano saber. Haha. And solar panels, that we need more that we need silicone for that. Silicon for it. Overall, I think that we're going to be good. I need to figure out how to begin dealing with all of the item excess. That's probably our biggest problem, if you can call that a problem at the moment. Let's see. So we have just sort of, yeah, so the only thing that's going to hinder us is the fact that we're going to have too many items of certain kinds. Sodium, I do want to make a bunch of batteries for. That's kind of the only thing we can use it for. But still is not a great answer to what to use it for. Uh, Sodium potassium, sodium persulfate. Sodium potassium is necessary for some very high level things. Uh, and can be turned into sodium and potassium. Go figure. Persulfate. Actually, you know what? We have sulfur, we have sodium. We could totally make sodium persulfate here. The thing is, it's not really used for much, is it? Oh, it's used in the chemical bath. Okay. Oh, and it's used for this. Hold up, hold up. This is massive. Okay, how do we make sodium persulfate? Only through electrolysis? You mean we can't just mix up sodium persulfate here? Are you serious? Sodium potassium? Why? Sodium bisulfate. Oh, wait. Okay, this is probably it. Sodium bisulfate through an electrolyzer, sulfuric acid and salt, sulfuric acid. Okay. Sulfuric acid and either sodium hydroxide or sulfuric acid and that. Hydrochloric acid or water. Salt feels like it might be a little bit better. Sodium hydroxide. Only through salt water, which still needs the salt. Okay, right. So salt, we can get through. Right, right. Okay. Come on, there has to be something here. There's salt ore, pulverization, uh, sodium and chlorine give us salts. Then it's just a matter of how do we get chlorine? Through a number of things, such as salt. Okay, so we need to actually figure this out. This is basically not happening. So let's go on. Uh, okay, so what we need a use for sodium, right? And I think the use is going to be sodium persulfate. Specifically, sodium persulfate can be used in a chemical bath in order to give us better, uh, well, it can be used in that, and it can also be used in a chemical reactor for better circuit boards. So, this absolutely worth making. Now, how do we make sodium persulfate? We need sodium. Wait, okay. So, sodium persulfate. Persulfate. All right, in order to make this, we need sodium bisulfate dust. Sodium bisulfate. That does not feel right. Dust. Okay, so in order to make bisulfate dust, we have to use either salt or sulfuric acid or sodium hydroxide, which is also going to need salt. So salt and sulfuric acid. So we need salt plus sulfuric acid. Okay, in order to get, let's hit this sulfuric acid first. How do we get this? Seems to be a byproduct of that. We can electrolyze those. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. That's a distillation tower. Oh, water and sulfur trioxide. Or hydrogen sulfide. Or we can centrifuge nitration. Huh. Alright, let's see. Water, sodium trioxide, or hydrogen sulfide? Let's try hydrogen sulfide, maybe? But, oh wait, no, we need... Oh, coal tar. Okay. Yeah, coal tar we can totally do. Uh, or this might be better. Sulfur and hydrogen, right? Sulfuric light fuel gives us hydrogen sulfide. Oh, well, that makes our lives a lot easier. We're already making it. Sulfuric acid through, what was it? Chemical reactor, right? Yeah, so we need water plus sulfur trioxide. Water plus sulfur trioxide. Okay, so sulfuric acid, sulfur trioxide, or hydrogen sulfide and oxygen. Sulfur trioxide, oxygen, sulfur dioxide. Yeah, let's stick with what we have. So there, sulfuric acid through here. So hydrogen sulfide and oxygen give us sulfuric acid. Uh, okay. So basically, we need to stop recycling the hydrogen sulfide and instead we need to pipe it out. Now that means, of course, we're going to need a source of oxygen and a source of hydrogen. But simply sending water through an electrolyzer ought to do that. So we're going to need hydrogen plus oxygen. So with all of this, let's figure out what we actually need for all of it, right? So we're going to need an electrolyzer. Uh, yeah, so let's see, we're going to need Let's go all the way through. Sulfur trioxide and water. No, sorry, this. Yeah, so we need a chemical reactor then. Uh, chemical. Electrolyzer. Oh, reactor. Okay. Oop. Yeah, so chemical reactor. Uh, then I guess we need two of these, don't we? Yeah, so we're gonna need a second set of. So we're gonna need a second chemical reactor, and then so we're gonna need basically two electrolyzers, and then two chemical reactors. Okay, two electrolyzers, two chemical reactors. Thankfully, all LV, as far as I've been able to see so far. And let's go with this so that we get the hydrochloric acid out of it. Gonna need salt then. Uh, ore washer. Chemical reactor. Let's see. Oh, right. Sodium and chlorine. Sodium sulfide, air, and that thing. Yeah, let's stick with sodium and chlorine. Okay, so sodium hydroxide and that. So sodium chlorine. We're gonna need sodium plus chlorine. Well, we already have sodium. That's the entire point of doing all of this. So chlorine. In order to get chlorine, what do we need? Let's see. In order to get chlorine, we need to electrolyze one of a number of different things. Chloride, chloroform, minus chloride, sodalite, apatite, salt water. Ah, yep. Okay. So that doesn't help too much. Sodium hydroxide. How do we get this? Not through that. Oh, gas tiers apparently can give us salty water. Uh, all right. I feel like I had seen something before and I'm just totally missing it now. Salt. Forge hammer, right? Salt. Sodium hydroxide. Nope. Chemical reactor. Dichlorobenzene. Needs chlorine to start, unfortunately. Yeah, salt is going to be the issue here. Mostly so we can, yeah. And that's not even the issue so much as chlorine is at the moment. Hydrochloric acid. All right, let's just go through each. Hydrochloric acid. Can it be made at all here? Looted. No, all right, wait. I know I saw something, right? It was with the coal tar. Coal tar. Phenol, creosote. Hydrogen sulfide. That's what I saw earlier. Yep. Except we're already making a hydrogen sulfide. Can be electrolyzed into sulfur and hydrogen, and can be used to create sulfur dioxide and sulfuric acid. Right? Sulfuric acid, then used with salts. Get the sodium bisulfate. Ah, all right. And here I thought I actually had something. Yeah, so that was not creosotes. Hydrogen sulfide, water, sulfur dioxide, I guess. Can then be turned into sulfur trioxide, which then goes for sulfuric acid. Yay, I need salt. Okay, let's see. What could we be missing? Chlorine, lithium chloride, that's not happening. Monochloramine requires ammonia and a hypochlorous acid. No thanks. Oh no. Right, sodium. Sodium persulfate. That. Giving salts. Needs chlorine. Hypochlorous acid. Nitrosyl chloride. Uh, there's just nothing here. Chloroform. But that's not happening because I need chlorine. Uh, all right. Let's see. Um, if I could figure out how to get salt water, this would be a completely different story, but I have yet to actually find it. It's supposed to be a fluid vein, but all right. Let's see. Salt water, sodium hydroxide. Can we automate gas tiers? No, we need salt water for them. Let's see. Salt. Can we maybe automate? I feel like appetite isn't gonna be possible. Chloromethane, chloric acid, and methanol. This needs that. Distill hydrogen, chlorine, sulfuric acid, chlorine, methane. Iridium chloride. Propane and chlorine. That's something. More chlorine with the various those. Sulfuric acid and water. Wait, hold up. Sulfuric acid, water, and apatite dust gives us gypsum dust and those. Silicone dust. Water, chlorine, methane. Okay, never mind. Never mind. All right. What to do with the sodium? Like, if we could just make salt, that would be great. that would be perfect. Or potassium, but potash, saltpeter. I just don't know. Just don't know what to do with this. Doesn't look like we can recycle the chlorine, unfortunately, or that would be great. I'm guessing there's nothing else we could do with this. Yeah, it's all just a bunch of different types of tools, unfortunately. Same with you, I assume, and same with you. So, anything a small pile can do? I didn't think so. Tiny pile? Didn't think so. I can always wait. Hold up. Sodium and sulfur together make sodium sulfide. Sodium sulfide can then be turned into salt and that. I need diachlorobenzene, benenes, but I think maybe we. Okay, hold up. How have I been missing this? Sodium and sulfur gives us sodium sulfide. Wait, okay, so sodium plus. Wait, so we need. So we're getting sodium sulfide, right? That's going to be sodium plus sulfur. Uh, Sodium sulfide uses. This obviously, uh, chemical reactor. We can either use oxygen or air to make polyphenylene sulfide. We'll be using air, of course. We need dichlorobenzene, which requires chlorine and benzene. Well, we have the benzene, so we just need a bit of chlorine for hydrochloric acid and dichlorobenzene. Uh, Here's the question. Does this recycle? This is no. No, it looks like it's actually something we might need to use, potentially. Don't actually see a use case for it. Oh, nope. Europum. Okay, so oh, wait, is this PVC? Hmm. Polyphenylene sulfide can then be sent, can be turned into a pulp, I guess. Thin sheet of it. Hmm. Okay, well, we are very close to being on to something here. Uh, doesn't look like we can recycle this, though. Hydrochloric acid. Right? We need 1,000 of the hydrochloric acid for hydrogen and for chlorine. Okay, how much do we get out of this? Let's just assume this one for now, I guess. Doesn't look like we actually get anything out of it. Okay. Uh, Salt we can somewhat deal with, I think. Um, all right, you know what? Here. let's just start making a bunch of sodium sulfide. Right now, it's going to be more helpful than the sodium. So we're just going to need an extra chemical reactor. That I can do. All right. Chemical reactor. I think we're going to need a new set of, yeah, circuits, but rest shouldn't be too bad. And even the circuit shouldn't be too bad, to be fair. LV circuit. Let's see, we're gonna need vacuum tube, resistors, the whole 9 yards. We are out of vacuum tubes, go figure. Let's see, for that, we need red alloy, annealed copper wire, steel bolt, all of it. Okay. Here, you know what? I'm gonna batch craft. I really have needed to. So we're going to just go through, we're gonna clean out inventory, and we're going to batch craft something for once. Okay, polyethylene, nothing, water. Okay. Oh, oh no. I completely forgot. Not good. Oh, how are we not out of water? This thing uses so little. Thank you for being so inefficient. Or would we just call this efficient? I don't know. I don't care. This is great. Okay, I can totally work with this. All right, and we are getting plenty of oil. Love to see it. Let's actually check our oil reserves now. Oh yeah, love to see it. You love to see it. Hmm. Okay. So right. Let's go ahead. Ooh, I really want to do a lot of things, but I need to focus. Let's just batch craft. Okay. Oh, right. Throw that in there. Can throw you in there. All right. I'll actually keep the blocks on me. Not this one. Okay. We're good. This will be good. So, let's go ahead and make a bunch of vacuum tubes. I'm going to take, we don't actually have any sand, do we? Oh wait, yes we do. Okay. I'm going to make a stack of glass. All right. And this stack of glass is going to basically, sorry, 2 stacks of glass. All right, which means we're going to be making 2 stacks of sets of vacuum. Ooh, is that excessive, given we're probably going to be moving away from vacuum tubes to NAND chips? See, we need fine tin wire. We need, oh no, we need this, which is going to require a bunch of other things. Yeah, given what I want to do, I think it probably makes sense to go ahead and just make the vacuum tubes because things are a little rickety as is. Yeah, yeah, you know what? Yeah, we'll be good. We will be perfectly good. And again, we'll use them. I don't know for what, but we're definitely going to use them at some point or another. So, vacuum tubes. We're going to have, all right. So let's see. We're going to need how many steel for the steel bolts? We're going to have 2 stacks of the tubes. Then we're going to need 2 stacks of the bolts. Okay, so that's going to be 128 bolts. Now, we're getting 4 bolts per rod, and we're getting 2 rods per ingot. Therefore, we need 16 ingots. That seems simple enough. Annealed copper wire is going to be what? So let's see, we're going to need 256 of it. Uh, oh, that's actually going to be a little bit more expensive because that means we're going to need 2 stacks worth of annealed copper ingots. Ooh, and then there's the red alloy. So 1 ingot is 144. 18 means we get basically 8 we get 8 sets per ingot, right? So we need 2 stacks. 8 means we need 16. Okay, so everything but the annealed copper sounds like it's going to be fine. The annealed copper, on the other hand, sounds like it's going to be a pain. So let's get some more copper going, shall we? Yeah, because we're going to need it. Desperately going to need it. All right. Let's do that. Let's see. Tiny pile of pyrite. Tiny pile of that. Let's remove all the stone dust. I think that's probably the easiest thing to get rid of at the moment. I also really need to start actually using all of this. Yeah, go figure, there's not enough room. Alright, so the half a stack here, not even going to be close to enough. Uh, we'll get it going though. So, see, so we have that. Yes, let's get to extracting. Yeah, I want to try to get everything fully set up because, again, I don't see a ton of HV being extremely useful. Now, I might end up, pushing into MV a little bit more at some point, but right now, I think our backbone is, well, it's there, just not sure for how much longer. All right, so that's all of that. Let's go ahead and grab the steel, or the lack thereof. Um, Luckily, we only need 16. However, really need to get some iron going as well. All right, no iron. Oh wait, we have pyrite dust, right? Tiny piles. Let's get that. Pyrite, yeah. Plenty of that. Okay. Yeah, we're in no need for sulfur. I actually have to say, I'm kind of shocked at how much sulfur there is in this mod. It's almost to like an excessive degree. Okay, and that will be close to another stack of iron, which will probably mostly be turned into steel, but that's beside the point. All right, gonna borrow you really quickly, as well as grabbing the copper. Okay, so there's that. Steel should be coming along at some point or another. Then all that's going to be left is red alloy. Hmm. Now the redstone, of course, is slightly concerning, as I only have enough for 5 redstone alloy at the moment. But I'm fairly certain that I have some form of fresh redstone here. Yep. So that will eventually be going into there. Emphasis on the eventually. Purified tetrahedrite. Send that through here as well. Might as well. All right. And I guess we can go ahead and begin doing this. Uh, yeah, this is going to be a lot of vacuum tubes. We shouldn't need vacuum tubes for like the rest of the time we use them after this. If we do, I am going to be amazed because we're effective. This is going to be like double the vacuum tubes I think I've made the entire world at this point. Likewise, resistors. So for these, we're going to need fine annealed copper wire, carbon dust, and glue. Hmm. So I think I'm going to do a full-on stack of charcoal dust, right? I mean, we have plenty, so actually no, let's do 2 stacks, right? Let's make it even. But wait. Oh no. No, no, no. You're full, aren't you? Full of wood tar. Come on. Work, advanced distillery, work. Well, any steam reservoir that we had probably is going to these then at this point in time, isn't it? Okay. And to that. Okay. Uh, if that's polyethylene. Well, this is why I kept this. Let's do that. Hopefully that can get rid of enough wood tar to actually fire up the pyrolysis oven again. Okay, okay. On. Oh, it's gonna be close. Where's my mallet? Where's my mallet? That's what I was afraid of. Okay, okay. It's totally fine. This is why we stockpile. As a just in case. Okay, so where am I going? Let's get this thing running again. It's making 600 E with tick. Worth of steam anyway. And now I guess we just kind of wait as it slowly but surely fills up. You know what? Let's turn you off temporarily. Same to you. Same to you. Okay. We have power again. As soon as we hit about halfway with the steam, I'm going to say we're going to be close enough. Yep. All right, we really need to get this thing on something besides a steam turbine. Because the steam turbine is not doing enough. All right, I guess this next set of of circuits are going to be going to some more gas turbines and maybe another distillery, so we can actually keep up. Maybe. Oh, right. Duh. I completely forgot. Fire! That's the entire reason I built this thing. The top half, anyway. Right? So we can start burning through some more wood tar. All right. That is definitely going to be annoying. But that's the output. Gonna continue to manually remove for now, but we're gonna have to come up with a better solution. Hmm. Okay. All right, charcoal supplies look like they are slowly being reformed. Well, okay. Love to see it. Um, so let's go ahead and I guess get all of those going. Nope, there's that. Probably could use a little bit more soldering alloy to be fair. Um, yeah, let's save it for now. Let's see. Plenty of cal copyrights. And we're eventually going to need the redstone for the redstone alloy. Running more steam is probably not a great idea right now, to be fair. But, okay, so we seem to be pretty much holding even at the moment, roundabouts. A little bit more, I think. Come on. Uh, yep, so we're basically holding even currently in terms of charcoal production, which really means all right, maybe what I work on next is another pyrolysis oven, because we really could use it. Uh, that is basically funneling all of this energy in. Um, but we seem relatively okay. Like Mesa Raider's no longer running. EBF is temporarily shut off, and that's only. Oh, right, right. What is wood tar? What does wood tar look like? Oh, empty. Good. How are we doing? Okay. Oh, why are you mad at me? I didn't even look up or anything. On. Okay. Little laggy. Uh. Ah. Oh, that was terrifying. What was that for? I'm telling you, mobs hate me on this world for some reason. Uh, okay. All right. I think that should be okay for now. I have no clue what I'm gonna use Ender Pearl dust for at the moment, but eh. Oh, arc furnace is done. All right. There's some more. So let me think. To make 2 stacks worth, we're gonna need 4 stacks worth of. Oh boy. Um. Okay. That's eventually gonna happen. For now, let's put. Oh, actually, can go ahead and grab benzene out of here. Put the rubber there. Yay. That finally frees this up. So, alright. Definitely gonna need that. And that should hopefully be everything we need for the other. Okay. Yeah, so polyethylene. Let's remove that. That in there. And let's begin making some tubes. Oop. Okay. First glass tube is done. So, that's going to take a little while. Uh, there's the rest of the glass. Wherever I put glass. So now we just need to melt down all of the redstone alloy. This had better be in vacuum tubes, given how many of these I'm going to be making. This is kind of absurd. Alright. Well, not much I can do until I have access to the redstone. Okay, we are back up. Yes, okay, we are at surplus again, thankfully. But yeah, getting another Pyroli 7, not a bad idea. Really, I should be trying to get multiple of all of these. Um, I mean, I have all the math worked out too, so like, there's no point in not. Uh, what I need to work out is how much wood tar I'm producing versus how much wood tar I need to use, right? So you know what? We have a while. Let's do it. So, let's head inside though. This is fine. All right, so uh, we are working with oak wood, not woad, whatever, wad. And this is going to go through the Powerlice oven. We are currently making this. 16 oak wood on the 9 chip gives us 20 charcoal and 1500 wood tar every 32 seconds, right? Or in other words, 1500 wood tar, 32 seconds. We're making about 46.875 wood tar per uh whatever you want to call it that I can't think of. Wow. Per second. Why was that so difficult? Okay, so right, so we're making 46.875 wood tar per second, right? Furthermore, we can find that, sorry, wood tar is used up by a distillery. We're going to assume that benzene is not going to be an issue and that we're going to be able to burn through it all. We use 100 liters of wood tar every zero point 0.4 seconds. Or we can do the math here. That means every second we're using about 250 wood tar. Wait, 250 wood tar per second? That does not add up. Hold up. 0.4 seconds to use 100 liters, right? That's going to be, so we multiply it by 2.5, right? In order to get to a second. And 2.5 times 100 is 250. Yeah. Likewise, the other was just 1500 divided by 82. So then it's an issue with our benzene consumption. We should be consuming enough wood tar. However, okay, so let's look at benzene consumption then. We are currently generating 35 liters of benzene per zero point 0.4 seconds, or we are generating 85 or 87.5 liters of benzene per second. Gonna be benzene per second, right? So how much are we using? Uh, let's see. Gas turbine. Large gas turbine. Ooh, yeah, that's not happening anytime soon, is it? EV. Okay, wow. RIP. That would actually be so helpful. Okay, so we're going to ignore gas turbine for just a second here. Advanced gas turbine. Uh, let's see. We're currently running benzene, right? 1 liter every 0.55 seconds. Or in other words, uh, well, this is for a normal one to be fair, but if it's 1 liter every 0.55 seconds, then that means it should be about 1.82 or 1.81 repeating liters per second. So let's just round that up to 1.82 benzene per second, right? Now, so that's for low voltage. Obviously, since we're going to be at medium voltage, this is going to be multiplied out by 4 to give us a total of 7.27 repeating benzene per second. Okay, I think I see the issue here. If we're generating 87 benzene a second, but we're only using at most around 24, 23, 24, not even 25 benzene a second. Huh. Okay, I see how that might be an issue. All right, in that case, in order to break even, 87.5 at 182, we would need 48. Oh, oh. Um, well, no, 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 no. That's for normal. Okay, we would need, so basically, this distillery is the gas equivalent of the steam boiler, apparently. One of these is enough to run the gas, 12 of them. Not 12 and a half. Steam is clearly still superior, but yeah, okay. So that's our problem. We are generating far too much benzene, so much so that our supply is getting clogged up. Okay. Now, obviously, we know we're also going to be running the wood tar through the other distillery in order to get. Oh, that's how we. Wait. Dimethylbenzene, water, and phthalic acid? But we need that. Okay, never mind. Creosote, that's. What does phenol do? It's a gas fuel. Not quite as effective as benzene, but it can be used to create a couple of other things. Okay, so toluene, right? We're currently making toluene, but at what rates? Wood tar every 4 seconds. So we use 1,000 liters every 4 seconds. Or what is that? 250 liters per second. Okay. So that's why this is good. So as long as this is running, we're fine. In other words, I basically just need to complete my redstone circuit again. Yep, that would fix everything, actually. Because the distillery will easily be able to handle, or the second distillery making the toluene will easily be able to handle all of the wood tar production. Okay, so basically we need more redstone. Go figure, right? Any chance you're free? Not even close. Uh, okay. How are we looking over here? Still looking fine. We're good on charcoal. And over here, we're bringing it back. Okay. Let's fire up the EBF again. We're actually pretty close, so let's just go ahead and take these. Might as well. Huh. All right. Oh wait, let me actually quickly make a note. 12 advanced gas turbines per distillery. Okay. Okay. So there. We can actually go ahead and fill out that, I suppose, right? So there we go. Let's see. That's gallium arsenide. That's where it all went. All right. We have a little bit of redstone alloy here. Go ahead and do this. Last tube. We'll go there. Uh, Annealed copper wire. Go there. Then we just need the steel bolts. Where's the glass? Oh, here we are. All right. So there, there. And now we literally just have to wait on redstone. This Cal copyright really does need to go through though, because we're gonna need copper for a bunch of different things moving forward. As unfortunate as it is. Uh, well, as unfortunate as it is that we can't just go through with the redstone. Ba, 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 ba. Plenty of copper at least. Huh. Okay, so let's go ahead and actually, I want to take a look. Redstone. We have currently crushed redstone ore. All right. Cinnabar, purified. Here we are, crushed redstone ore. That will give us extra cinnabar, extra rare earths, and that is it. I don't particularly care about that at this point in time, so simply macerating again. Then we can run it through a centrifuge. You know what? Let's do that. Yes, I'm going to be impatient here because while I certainly don't mind waiting on it myself, it's probably really boring to just sit here and watch me think. So, we're going to do you, grab you, and we're going to hope we don't accidentally throw our steam out the window again. Obviously, that wasn't because we overused the steam, it was because we, you know, had way too much wood tar, but that's beside the point. Uh, but yeah, generally, I don't care about the rare earths right now. I don't particularly care about cinnabar right now. So I say let's just go ahead and get all of this redstone done. Just done, right? Okay, with the redstone cooking, what do we need? Actually, what do we use cinnabar for? Cinnabar can be done through that. Packager. Autoclave, of course, and it can be centrifuged into mercury. Right. That was like the only use of this, if I remember right. Flawless cinnabar, exquisite cinnabar. Yeah. So that did absolutely nothing. Yeah, mercury. That's about the only thing here. Obviously, mercury has its uses. Chemical baths, for instance. Chemical reactor, like, yeah. But we're not gonna need a ton of it. So I'm pretty sure we already have enough for the foreseeable future. And even then, I know of other mines with it, so we're fine. Gonna wait for that. Hopefully this half of a stack will be enough to at least recomplete the redstone line. That's kind of what I'm hoping anyway. And we're gonna go back to the old-fashioned method of um, Oh, you're out. Duly noted. Ba-ba. Thank you. So, yeah, let's quickly go cut off our machine before we run out of gas power because we burned ourselves completely out of it. At least this one seems to still be fine, so I think we're probably okay still. Benzene really doesn't seem to burn all that quickly, after all. Like, at all. So, we'll be fine. Um, right. There we go. And just in case, we're gonna have water right there. Or we're gonna have water right there. Okay, so let's see. Oh, probably want just a good old-fashioned stack of cobble. And right now, I'm thinking I'm just going to build this on up and into there. That seems like the best thing to do at the moment anyway. So we're gonna do this. Where's my drill? That's another thing we need to do is we need to go through and actually make some more tools. We can go ahead and upgrade actually to MV here, which will be nice if we wanted. Obviously, not really a requirement, and these have lasted for so long, I don't actually see much of a point. But regardless, that's and there we go. So we're going to just do this. And you need to attach to over here, right? Did I already put it on? Or did I put it up? Pretty sure it's just put up. Oh no, it's right there. Duh. Okay, so here's a good question. Do pipes block redstone signals? I don't think so, but um, would it be better to put it over here? Okay, what is this? This is the hydrogen sulfide. Wait, why is hydrogen sulfide up there? It should be over there. Yeah, so you're actually in a bit of a pickle here. Um, oh, it's because that's full of light fuel. Because you don't have power? Wait, why do you not have power? Why do none of y'all have power? Where is our steam? Ah, are you serious? And here I thought everything was good. Most likely it was something to do with one of those, but Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, this is a problem. You're doing fine. Let's see if I can't maybe redirect some of this out over to you. So currently that is down there and is connecting to that. So okay, let me disconnect you, and then I can reconnect you over here. This is only a times 210 cable. Ooh, all right. We're going to try it because this thing really needs some help. See, there's no more steam to be put there. This is just completely full. Hmm. Yeah, that's definitely a problem. What to do? Okay, let's disconnect you, let you recharge, and we will figure out something. Um, Maybe I could out swap around the two so that steam is up there and this is down there. It's worth a shot. Um, so let's go ahead, take out you. Ugh. Wait, yeah, yeah. Okay, so we'll do that. Then we're going to do that. That is really not using benzene at all. Um, all right, let's just go ahead and temporarily remove you. Thank you. Boom. There. So let's get you reconnected. Um, and then let's figure out how we're going to connect the steam. So steam go there, except facing the other way. Uh, so I'm thinking literally just doing this, right? Gonna need one more for that, and then we're gonna need one, two more for you. All right, so we need three more, I guess. What are these? Yeah, those are, no, those were small aluminum, right? So let's do that. Small aluminum. There and there. Yeah. Let's just go ahead and get them all. So you go here. Let's at least make it look somewhat cool. There. You're gonna go there. Yes, I know this makes it more confusing than it technically has to be, but it's gonna look so much cooler. And there. Okay. So that means now the gas turbine should be running the times 4. The steam turbine should be running the times 2. Please tell me this works. Let's give you a second to actually catch up. And of course, you're already full again. Uh, well, those are no longer an issue at least. I think. I guess since that's done, we can also swap you back now. Uh, Try to get in there without hitting the other. There. Yes, avoided steam. Okay. Uh, oh, right. It would help if you were actually connected, wouldn't it? There. Ow. I almost avoided steam. And we have power again. I continue to be just amazed by these things. All right. Let's go ahead and I guess turn you on now. Should have a bit of a. Never mind. There is no steam buffer yet. All right. So what all are you connected to again? Obviously to that, and I think just to this, right? Yeah, there's enough room that that shouldn't be an issue, I don't think. Hydrogen sulfide should be fine as soon as we can actually remove the light fuel from everything. Whew! This is not something I anticipated, to say the least. I guess we can just wait here a second, or a few seconds, just make sure things are going to not break anymore. Would be nice, to say the least. Huh. All right. Well, let's see. Steam at least seems to be okay. Yeah, all right. Let's fire you up again. All right, that's enough of a steam buffer. Let's hope it's going to be okay. Maybe. Maybe. Okay. Looking decent. Uh, we are getting through the light fuel. Yes, light fuel is going down. Um, if anything, I kind of need you to stop producing light fuel. Or, no, the sulfuric light fuel is actually fine. Because it takes so much of it anyway. Alright, things seem to be correcting themselves. Just a matter of if the steam turbine can keep up or not. Now, obviously, the distillery is currently disabled, so that should be a pretty decent chunk of the energy this thing was producing. Uh, though I'm not sure it's going to matter. I'm pretty sure it's just wasted energy. I'm not sure. I am not sure. Anyway, back to my original question. Let's see. This is going to be kind of awkward, admittedly, but I don't see much of another way around it currently. Make steam. Okay, so we can do this. Let's just bring you around, and I guess out here. Obviously, we're going to need to extend, ouch, the redstone line a bit, but overall it shouldn't be too terribly bad. It would be so much better if I could just pull it in from over here. I'm gonna see if I can't. Ow. I mean, it would just be so much better. I wonder. This is something I've been wanting to test. Obviously, whenever there's a roof here, this is not exactly going to be viable, but for now, no, no, no. Go away. Invert. Thank you. Okay. I have no clue if this is going to work or not, but we're going to try it. Because this is a little too awkward even for me. Alright. Whoop. There we go. And there we go. So, let's see. We're probably just going to need a couple of redstone torches to actually, finish up everything. Shouldn't be too bad, though. 2 redstone torches alone should be plenty of leeway, I guess you could call it. Not leeway, but you know what I mean. Oop, of line extension. Yeah, this thing is currently empty, so yeah, not a lot of that this is going to be showing. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's go right here. I might need a second set of torches. There. Ooh, that's gonna be close, but pretty sure it's not quite there. Yes, it is. And it works. Okay, great. There we go. So that will hopefully be able to automate the setup. So if we ever run into an issue with wood tar again, that hopefully fixes it for us, right? Light fuel, that's good. Yes. Okay, so that distillery is free. This distillery is free. Okay. Hey, things are turning around. Now for here, we just need some more oxygen. So, let's get you some more oxygen. Let's throw that in there. Uh, throw whatever we can of these into here, which is going to be absolutely nothing, apparently. Fair enough. There. Just trying to get a little bit more oxygen in. Yeah. All right. We need to do something about these. I need to craft some of them together or something. Wow, we have a ton of silicone. All right, silicon dust. What can we use this for? We can create silicon ingots, monocrystalline silicon bules, or glowstone dopes. Right, we can create that. Getting some chloromethane. Or we can make some graphene or HSSE. Okay. Hmm, that doesn't help. Ah, you know what? Maybe we should advance. Well, yeah, but invest in AE2 because this is getting ridiculous. Um, this is actually really getting ridiculous. Okay, let's check it out. I know that's not what I was going to do before, but let's face it, we need it. So ME drive, right? We're gonna need steel plates, engineering processors. These things are going to be the bane here. Printed silicone. Printed engineering circuit. Needs a forming press. That's not happening. I'm sorry, that is not happening. Um, so we can do what? Did we unlock anything for ME other than patterns? Polyvinyl chloride. That's not really what I need. Try order. Ultimates. Oh, ultimate smelter. Right there. Huh. Inductors. EV. I don't see anything. So, I guess that means we need some more ME chests and drives. I mean, these things are pretty easy at least, generally speaking. Okay, so ME chest, right? This was the worst thing I distinctly remember. For now, let's just hold out. Let's get these vacuum tubes and so we have the parts to actually build, the um to build everything. Once we have the parts to build everything, we can go from there. Hey, that should be the rest of the copper that I need, as well as the rest of the redstone, hopefully. Okay, and there. We can also go ahead and get these melting. And now, oh right, these are long since done. Uh, uh, benzene. Let's see. Oh yeah. No, 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 no. Let's do that. And there we go. Now it's all just in one. Actually, hold up. Aha. Yes, that gives us two. Okay, great. So, redstone alloy to over here. Okay, things are looking pretty good. Oh, let's go ahead and finish off the rest of the glass. As soon as I remember where I put it. Ethylene, glass. All right. So that's the last of the glass. Now we just need a stack of these. Eventually. Huh. All right. In the meantime, we can just continue to put the redstone alloy in here. And you know what? All right, we should be in the clear to begin, I think. Right, because these are going to take not nearly as much time as I thought. Fair enough. Well, that'll be capped out at least at once that thing hits a stack. So that's something at least. Um, Now where did we put the, huh, no clue where we put the other, oh, here you are, annealed copper wire. Let's see, so we can do that, and there's the first set of vacuum tubes. All right, this is going to be so many vacuum tubes. Going to be great. Yeah, definitely should have been doing this for a long time before this. All right. And I'm going to keep the rest of the redstone alloy for now, in case if we need it for actual, wiring and whatnot. Okay, so that's the first two stacks of vacuum tubes. Say, would glass tubes be used for anything else? That would be a no. They're only used for vacuum tubes. Fair enough. And now we're out of steel bolts. Why do I have steel foil? Let's see. You can also go and throw that in there, that in there. And lever can go to in there. All right, cutting saw, looking good. Looks like we are going to need some more of those, however. So let's just go ahead and get all of these annealed, I think. That'll be enough for now, hopefully. All right, there's a vacuum tube set number 3. All right, and we just ran out of the cables. So we're 1 over halfway, right? So we're building 2 to 4, which means we should need another 16, which means that was probably too many, actually. Nope, never mind. I cannot do math. That was definitely too many, though. It's fine. At least for this stack, right? So there are the last of the vacuum tubes. There's the last of those. So we're gonna need 2 stacks of annealed copper wire. I think we're gonna need a bit more annealed copper. So let's grab you and let's go. To be fair, we're gonna need a lot of annealed copper for the resistors regardless, so I don't see much of an issue in just doing that. Oop, we've hit the max again. Fair enough. I'm just gonna leave you in there for now. Okay, 34. Which means we should need not 16, 15, I think? Let's see, right? Because 16 would give us 32. So 15 should give us 30. Yeah, 15 times 2, 30, which gives us a total of 64. Then we should just need another half stack of these, and then we should be good. For the vacuum tubes, anyway. Yeah, definitely need to get into some AE2 storage, though. I wonder, is there anything else that we could do here? Obviously, there's 4K drives now that we might. We don't have access to RAM. Really, I'm thinking, what all can we make that would actually hold everything? Right now, the chests are all I'm aware of. So, and you know what? If that's what it is, then that's what it is. But I don't know. All right, so that's 20, which means we need another that. Okay, let's go ahead and get these going. And yeah, I know this is probably a little bit on the more boring side, but you know, it is what it is, I suppose. That is unfortunately what you get when you play GregTech. And to be fair, it's not really boring so much as just doing the same thing. All right, it depends on how you define boring. Uh, this is definitely repetitive though. Uh, but I also feel like we're getting a lot more done than me just kind of, running around like a chicken with my head cut off or with its head cut off. You know what I mean. So yeah, this should hopefully, actually, we can go ahead, stick in that. And yeah, we're going to have so many vacuum tubes. We're never going to need more vacuum tubes the rest of the series at this rate, right? Yeah, we're going to be using these for days. There's the next stack. And there's the next stack of copper wires. Yeah, we're good. I think we might need a little bit more redstone alloy, though. Uh, we shall never need to worry about circuit components again. Actually, that's not a bad idea. We could go ahead and get the wood pulp compressing, right? That way we have all of the wood planks we're going to need for the circuit, right? As a circuit board, wood plank, or sorry, one of these. Yep, wood plank, copper foil, will be good. We can just start mass producing circuits. Manually mass producing, of course, but all right. So just two more stacks of vacuum tubes and we should be good with the vacuum tubes anyway. In the meantime, let's look at resistors, shall we? Uh, so I was going to do two stacks of carbon dust. That is what I want to do. So let's go ahead and get that, I suppose. Coal. There's a bit of charcoal. Throw the silicone in there. Okay. Let's see. We're gonna need how much? 17. Like that. So that can go back up. All right. Oh, do you and you. Okay, and that will be all of the charcoal, which means now we just need glue, which we have so much of, I'm not even slightly concerned. And then we're going to need 8 stacks of fine copper wire. Each piece gives us, wait, okay, let's see if I can actually do this math for once. So we need 8 stacks of fine copper annealed, sorry, fine annealed copper wire. Right, that's 256. No, 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 sorry, that's 4 stacks. We need twice that. Right, so we need, I'm doing that right, right? So if I have, so, wait, so 1 stack normally requires 4, and I'm doing twice that, so yeah, I need 512. Now, 512, we get 8 per, which means I just need a stack of annealed copper, theoretically. Yes, I know that basically just multiplied and divided the same number. I just want to be thorough here, okay? So we're just going to need one more stack of copper. Go figure. Yeah. All right. Luckily, that shouldn't be too much of an issue. First, let's see if I can't maybe clear out some of this, though. Right, copper. Do we have any copper or any copyrights? We most certainly do not. Go figure. Anything over here in that regard? No. Is there anything I'm forgetting? Copper, gold. Okay, how about tiny piles? Gold. Really? Alright, here we go. Have copper, copyright, tetrahedrite, bornite, chalcocite, malachite. Okay, tetrahedrite is what I always forget. Let's see if there's any in these chests before we go out. Nothing in any of those. Alright, we do have a stack of that here. That will be enough for our purposes. Alright, let's get you going. Oh wait, and you're also still going, actually. Fair enough. Fair enough. Wow. Okay, let's see. See, I don't really need a drum of polyethylene at the moment, or of the benzene. Definitely need glue, benzene, and that's empty. And then I also have these 2 empty drums. Okay, so let's do that. And let's just take what we can of the pyrites. Let's just do this. There we go. 50 pyrite dust. And there. Okay, so this will be a bit more iron. Never a bad idea to have a bit more iron. Impure pyrite dust. All right, slowly but surely. Let's go ahead and do that. 27, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2. So that should be half a stack. That will be enough to get us started anyway. Hey, and there's the last of that. Also, I made way too much redstone alloy. At least the liquid form of it. Okay. So let's go ahead and so there's the charcoal. Once this thing hits 16, I'll go ahead and begin making the wires. Boom. Okay. But yeah, we just need another half stack of copper. And we already have 14 of that half stack, so we should be good. Hopefully. Maybe. Oh, look at that. 8 stacks of vacuum tubes. 8 stacks of vacuum tubes is going to be 4 stacks of circuits. That's actually not nearly as many as I thought it was going to be, to be fair. But 8 stacks of circuits. That's right, 4 stacks of circuits. You know what? I think I might go ahead and just do that, right? So we need, ooh, that's going to be a lot of soldering alloy. And a good bit of redstone alloy, but that's fine. And we're getting, no, that will be 8 stacks. Ah, okay, okay. Yeah, we're doing this. So we're gonna need a good bit more of redstone alloy, but that's fine. The circuit boards shouldn't be too much of an issue, but I think we're gonna need more copper. Go figure. Whoop. So let's just grab a new stack of cal copyrights, throw it in, and here we go again, right? Definitely gonna end up needing more redstone though. I don't think we're actually gonna have enough. Huh. All right. Let's see. So that's red alloy. Is there a wire mold? Mold. No. There is an ingot mold though. Do we have it? Is the question. Yes, we do. Okay. I probably made it because I messed up my calculations on something, to be fair. N no. Wow. I ah the fact I got hit by that zombie. What am I doing? All right. Let's go ahead and get the second half of that done. Um, all right, so that's that. Uh, yeah, we need more redstone. We desperately need more. All right, how many are we going to need? We have. All right, so we're gonna need 8 stacks of redstone alloy or redstone alloy wires, which only means 4 stacks of the actual alloy. Ugh. Okay, sure, let's do it. I think, however, we've used up all of our redstone supplies. Yeah. So let's see. Probably, did I go mining for redstone? Let me check. I hope I did. If not, I can. Shouldn't be an issue, but redstone. Redstone, yes. Okay, that's great. Let's grab 2. No, right, we get 10 out of it. Even 1 stack. No, 10, 2. Uh, 1 stack might be fine, actually, because we should be getting 2.5 times what we need, I think, if I'm calculating that correctly anyway. Though it's gonna take forever. And of course, that's not even to talk about the copper that's gonna be necessary. It's fine though. Let's see. We have exactly half a stack. So we can at least finish out all of the resistors. All right. We should have more than enough glue, so that shouldn't be too much of an issue. Uh, let's see. What else? I think that's really it, right? I mean, we still need to do the circuit boards, of course, which is going to be a bit more copper, but I mean, realistically, it's going to just be 4 stacks of wooden planks. That's as long as the steam compressor is just constantly running, that should be fine. Still probably going to finish before all of these resources do. Oh no. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Are you running? No, you're disabled. Okay, we do have plenty of benzene. This is hardly a cause for too much concern. But still, uh, where is a benzene pipe I can link into? There's not a good one. Okay, okay. Oh, why are you out of wood tar? Let's just link it up top. Where did all of our wood tar go? That can only mean one thing. That can only mean one thing. Okay. Benzene away! So that should be able to fill in. Let's go ahead, fix our jetpack really quickly. We have plenty of raw oil, thankfully. Why did the pyrolysis oven stop? No, wait, it hasn't. Then where's all of the wood tar? Did we just, are we burning through it that fast? We shouldn't be. Yeah. Where did all of our wood tar go? Well, this is slightly concerning. To say the least. The fact that our wood tar supplies are basically gone. Okay, that is now priority number one. Uh, I did the calculations though. Like, we should not be burning through that much benzene. Not even close. I mean, we have one, two, three advanced gas turbines and one basic, right? The thing should be able to run 12 of them. Well, I mean, I guess it's not a matter of benzene, though, is it? It's just a matter of the wood tar. But even then, oh wait, no, right, I did calculate that, didn't I? The distillery would use all of it if it were basically given free reign to just make it. And I guess the 3 1/4 advanced gas turbines was enough to push it over, as long as those three were constantly working. Okay, this is not something I foresaw happening. Um, and we can't even speed the thing up. Um, we could always run an extractor, right? Extracting charcoal for wood tar. That would give us a small amount, but oof. How's our benzene? Now, luckily, benzene supplies seem fine. As long as that's on there, I don't think we're going to come close to losing power. But yikes. I did not think that we were going to actually run out of this stuff. Uh, I mean, all we can really do is just kind of keep on keeping on, I suppose. But wow. I have to admit, I was not expecting that. Not even close. Okay, so we're at 3/8. Wait, all right. Wait. Hold up. Do we hit 4,000? Yeah, all right. So we do hit 4,000. It does seem like this is working okay. Um, and I mean these are just kind of filling up at this point. But generally, as long as that's stopped, we should be okay, I think, because that'll be one less of the turbines running, which should easily put us back into the positive on wood tar supplies, but yikes. Another reason we need to increase our steam production, ironically enough, because we need more pyrolysis ovens and all of that. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Right? We're going to make a plan. Where did all the sodium? Right, I was gonna do that. Uh, Sodium sulfur gives us sodium sulfide. Okay, so here's the plan, right? What do we need? We need we need a complete steam complete steam infrastructure, right? We need to complete that. Uh, we also need AE2 storage expansion, right? So those are our two primary goals as it currently stands. Because yikes. We are increasing on benzene at least, which means we are still at a net positive on wood tar, so long as the pyrolysis oven doesn't stop for, say, being full of charcoal. So let's make sure it doesn't get full of charcoal. Hmm. All right. Let's also continue resistor production because all of these new components are going to be rather critical in terms of basically in terms of getting us the what's it called? Sorry. These components are going to be critical in terms of getting the multi-blocks and the machines necessary for doing that, right? Hands down. So let's just do this. And here we go. Oh, first set of wood planks are done. Love to see it. Well, let's get the seconds that going. And of course, these are basically just endlessly working. Put up some stone dust. Do that. Uh, did I lose? Oh. No. Right. All right. I was about to be extremely concerned. Okay. Let's throw that in there. We don't really need the bucket right now. Just trying to somewhat clear out some room. Clear up some room. Okay. Well, here's next stack of resistors. There we go. Let's make it look cool. I mean, come on. Oh yeah, we could also probably look into getting some diodes at some point or another, right? Probably would be worthwhile. Okay, so next. All right. Once again, this should be all of the resistors we're going to need for the rest of the time that we are on this world, right? Mostly because we'll, eventually be moving on from resistors, but still. Oh, right. Redstone ought to be done. Redstone. Crushed redstone, crushed redstone. Yeah, because again, it doesn't really matter, right? Oh no, did not mean to do that. Uh, Boop. I guess that's 35 cal copyright. That's just gonna go into here. Oh, we had a little bit in there, actually. Fair enough, I suppose. Nope, not that. Still, things are overall progressing relatively smoothly, all things considered. So, I can't really complain or anything. And it looks like my calculations were actually right for once, which is nice. So, do this and keep her going. All right. Let's grab some more food. Here we go. Nice. Ah, I there's so much I feel like I want to get done here. Oh, no, no. Hmm. Well, there's plenty of that, I suppose. Yeah, this is so much redstone. I think that will be okay. Dropping that for now. Just for now, right? Throw that in there. Thank you. There we go. All right, so that's the first half of a stack. All right, and here's the next set. Just keep her going. Nope, up here. Okay, so that's another 8. Pretty decent. So how many did I say I was gonna need? I was going to need 4 stacks worth of the redstone alloy. Right. Yeah, that's going to be absolute pain. That's probably the most expensive thing here, to be fair. So we should have the redstone for it. I'm concerned about the copper for it. Then again, whenever we're talking about uh 4 stacks of this, that's going to be 16 stacks of redstone. Now, we have the redstone, but still, 16 stacks of redstone is just painful to think about. So, oh, and I guess, all right, I this does probably seem a little bit absurd. The only reason I'm saying it's not is because now, obviously, we are kind of close to getting integrated logic circuits, except, for the fact that we need a full-on silicone. We need full-on like silicone and precision laser engravers and a bunch of things we don't realistically have. Nor do I intend on getting, given the state of our power situ given the state of our power currently. Uh, so until we can stabilize that, and I can actually, get a bunch of other things that I really want to see built, I think this is the best thing to do. Plus, that's going to be expensive, just in a different way. So, oh, we're out of glue. Wow. Did not expect to run out of glue anytime soon. That is definitely not something I expected. Let's get some more going. Just to be safe. That sounded slightly dangerous. Um, well, at least this is nearly done, right? Also, we really need that for more rubber. So, but yeah, so looking at this, we're going to be making these, right? Electronic circuits. They're obviously going to be used for a bunch of covers. That alone makes it absolutely worthwhile. Field generator. I need to look at that. But yeah, aside from the fact that they're used for circuits and that they're used for, sorry, for the programmable circuits and they're used for covers, as well as a bunch of other various things like you see how many things this uses, right? All of your basic engines and all of the different machines that you can make, and then your various chips and cards, and yeah, there's so much that can go into these. And then you also can use them for the various processors. Yeah, we're going to be using them for a while. That doesn't even get into the fact that, oh, they're needed for good electronics, right? In fact, the only way to make these is with one of the LV circuits. And yeah, yeah. So let's maybe go ahead and tier on up. Advanced integrated circuit. No. HV, ULV, that, that. This, I believe, is what we needed next, right? And yeah, at this point, we kind of have transitioned out mostly, except that these do need, well, these need these. So yeah, but still. To be fair, it actually might be worthwhile then to save some of the resistors. Ah, no, there's no point in saving resistors because we still need to get rid of all the vacuum tubes. So yeah, it'll be fine. The point being, we're gonna use them, right? It's not like we're not gonna be using all of this. I would probably say most of this will be gone in like 10 episodes or less, right? Because I mean, we have been burning through circuits, and that's with me trying not to. Yeah, give me free reign to just, use circuits as I please, and oh boy, we are going to have a field day here. How did... Okay. Right, right, the centrifuged. Alright, I suppose I do need this bucket. I wasn't really thinking about this. And there we go. Okay, a little bit of a waste of water, but it's water. Of every resource we have, water is probably the one we can afford to not be frugal with the most. Alright, only one more stack of fine annealed copper wire. Those are still going. Love to see it. Let's go ahead and get redstone alloy going then. How goes you? Continue to grab some glue. All right. I don't think we've been this low on glue in a while. All right. There's next set of resistors. One stack left. Just one stack left. Wait. How many more did we need? So that's half a stack. Okay, we're actually going to be fine then, I think. Pretty sure I needed another two. Yep, just like that, actually. Maybe. Obviously, we're still going to need a ridiculous more amount of copper, oh, and everything else, but still, it's a start. So we should need, so let me think. So we get, yeah, we're going to need 4 stacks of copper as well for all of this. Maybe this was not such a good idea. Uh, hey, yeah, that Cal Coffee, right? Might need you again. Oh wait, no. Throw you in there and then let's throw you in there. And then grab the last 2 stacks of cobalt dust. And cobalt dust. Oh right, that's sodium, not cobalt. Oh wow, and I still got too much. Ugh. What can I use cobalt for again? Needed for that, needed for that, and for that. That does absolutely nothing. Okay, let's see. Oh right, cobalt's my yeah. Okay. We have enough cobalt. Oh boy. All right. Yay, there's the last set of resistors. And now the easy part's done. All right, let's just go ahead. I don't think I'm gonna quite make everything this time around. I just can't. So yeah. Oh wait. Oops. I did not mean to do that. Well, we have a random wooden fluid pipe now, I suppose. Okay, let's get these set up to foil. Right, we'll just get a stack of foils, put them on, and we're just gonna start with a stack of them. And I mean, we already have pretty much all of the resources to do the rest whenever we need to. So yeah. Okay, let's see. So there's that. Here's the redstone alloy wires. There's no way we have enough soldering alloy for even half of these. All right, here's the first set. There. Oop. All right, going to there. Just need another 10. Uh, oop. There's gonna be the foils. I do know that I'm gonna need more copper, to be fair. This is just gonna be a decent place to start, for now, anyway. So let's see, we're gonna need a good bit more copper. Okay, here we are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we just need another 8 copper. That actually shouldn't be too bad. Okay, and there's those. We are going to need another 3 wooden planks since I messed up the others, but yeah, these will be fine for now. And now we just have to get these through. Probably worthwhile to go ahead and make more soldering alloy at this point. Soldering alloy. Let's see. Depends on how much antimony and lead we have. Let's see. In terms of antimony, we have plenty. In terms of lead, we have none. Okay, so let's do, I guess, 6. Let's see. Soldering alloy is 3 per 10, so this is going to be 20, which will be another 40. Yeah, I think that will be good. So we're going to do 6 of you, 2 antimony, and then a good bit of tin. Tin alloy, tin plates. There's the tin dust I was looking for. All right. Should be pretty simple to get this macerated. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I have to say this is not the direction I expected this stream to go. But, I mean, this is just the way it went, I suppose. I know I need more tin. Totally not just now realizing that, because I can totally count. And there. Wait, hold on. That is not what I meant to do. This needed to be on 10, didn't it? Ah, why did I do that? I mean, we have a centrifuge, so not the end of the world, but yeesh. That's gonna be a bit of a mistake. Okay, let's double check. Soldering alloy is a 3. Okay, there's that. I guess let's go ahead and just throw those on. And so it begins. There we go. How's our battery pack? Surprisingly well, all things considered. Benzene is mostly keeping up, I think. Should be a little bit better after this. And there we go. Cannot believe I did that. Uh, all right. And there. All right. And so the stacks of circuits begin. This should give us 2 stacks, I think, with everything that we have here. So yeah, we'll have 2 stacks now, 6 stacks in reserve. Not too bad, all things considered. If I converted them all to ME circuits, I might actually be able to upgrade half my machines. Only half, of course. Ah, yeah, we're probably gonna get this done, and then that's gonna be the stream. I, yeah, this has been a stream. Uh, Absolutely not where I expected all of this to go. Yeah, we need more copper. 8 more, to be exact. I'll take 20. No complaints here. But yeah, that should be plenty, I think. Oh, and we're out of soldering alloy. Knew it. But that doesn't give me a lot of hope that this is going to be enough for a while. And now we begin to circle. Circle, 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 circle. Oh, nice. Half of them are done. All right. Oh, wait, no, we need another 8. I apparently just cannot figure this out. Oh, right. Because that 8 is the 8 that we had to begin with. Yep, I can do math. Yeah, this stream probably needs to end after this. Wow. All right. There's some more circuit boards. And I think I made one too many. But hey, we're gonna use it. Don't worry about that. Glue reserves still look okay, all things considered. Um, may as well stock it up a little bit. And there's the last half stack that we needed. Except that I think we probably needed more than a half stack. It's fine. I can't do math, apparently. We are so close. 4 sets. 3 sets. You know what? Let's put on another 8. Because why not? The more of this we get done now, the less of it we have to do later. Alright. Have a bit more copper to use. Love to see it. Alright. There is our first full stack of circuits. This is going to be something. Whether that thing is good or bad remains to be seen. But it will be something. Hmm. Alright. Let's just get this done, and that will be it, I think. Hmm. Alright. It looks like we're going to have another half of a stack of circuit boards to work with. Yep, that should just be another 8. Alright. You know what? Yeah, we can go ahead, actually, and do it. I mean, why not? Next set, let's go. Boom. Okay, Only thing we need to worry about now is the soldering alloy. I think we might need a bit more than we have currently. Yeah, we're gonna need more. Uh, hmm. All right, but like I said, I'm just going to be finishing out these, and that's probably gonna be it for me. As this is going to, well, yeah, I may go ahead and finish this just to get it out of the way. Uh, Definitely don't like biting so much into my lead though. That definitely hurts. Ah, all right. Uh, do you? Thank you. So yeah, this with this set, we should have enough soldering alloy for at least right now. Let's see, 6, 3, 1. All right, it should just be a matter of soldering alloy now. Okay. I have to say though, this is actually going a lot better than what I had expected initially for it to do. And with all of these new circuits, we're gonna have so many options for actually expanding and upgrading the base. It's not even gonna be funny. It's going to be enough that I'm actually considering. I know I just put in all of this work, but like I said before, just completely revamping everything. Uh, if nothing else, we are absolutely going to be doing the Steam and AE2. That is the next stream, right? We'll have the circuits from this stream. Those will go into making those possible. Also, is there a better rocket fuel? Please, someone let me know in a comment or something. Is there a better rocket fuel than raw oil? Because I mean, I tried the light fuel, but I couldn't use it. I don't get it. So, I mean, obviously, rocket fuel, I assume would work, but I don't know. I'm just curious. What would be a good fuel here, right? We have access to light and heavy fuels, of course, and benzene, and maybe diesel. I wouldn't be opposed to getting a diesel setup. Uh, or if there's some other like stage in the refinement process, that would be good, right? I mean, we have the circuits, we have the oil. It's not going to be an issue to get that going. I just don't know what to get it going as, right? It takes combustion fuel to take a primitive form of flight, except that some of the combustion fuel, like light fuel, didn't actually work. Oh, this thing is actually says diesel though. Okay, you know what? Let's add it then. Let's put this in a list of priorities. List of priorities, AE2 probably comes first. So right, AE2 storage expansion. Next, we're going to complete Steam infrastructure. Third, uh, figure out diesel, uh, we're gonna say diesel refinery. Yeah. Okay. Oh, and that's the next stack. All right, let's go. All right, well, thank you all so much for joining. What? Did not mean to push that. What did I even hit? You? Why? Why? Okay. Well, thank you all again so much for joining. Yeah, I know it's been a bit of a sort of all over the place um stream, but hopefully it was okay. And yeah, I don't think I'll be streaming tomorrow more than likely, but aiming to Thursday, hopefully. We'll see. But yeah, uh take care until next time, and I guess next time I'll see y'all.